Mother did offer on many occasions, will purchase me underwear, was making fun of me for buying myself watches. Why would you not go and buy yourself instead underwear, and you're buying yourself all your those stupidities you're buying yourself? Now you also understand why so many watches were opened, destroyed, vandalized, substituted with what should have been my merchandise, and it was not my merchandise. Psychiatrist Peter Kapsch, including this watch. Psychiatrist Peter Kapsch stated there is nothing more personal about a human being than his piece of timepiece, his watch. I didn't give a fuck about psychiatrist Peter Kapsch, but there was one thing that was really of greatest importance to me. It's basically that I get what I pay for. If I pay for new, so that I get new. And the second thing is, it is personal. It's truly personal. It's something you wear and you watch your time on it. Nothing is more valuable in this world than time. But in MK Ultra situation, when they're doing stuff like this, you're not watching time. You're watching shit. Because you're walking in the boots of shit. It's very different. It's got nothing to do with what I was told. We're going to see it like this, and we're going to see that you're doing this, and you're doing stupidities, and this, and so on. Nothing is stupid. No one, somebody like myself, does stupid stuff. As a matter of fact, I don't know anybody that would do any kind of stupid stuff. People don't do stupid stuff. People do stupid stuff unless they're pushed into it. They're forced, they're compelled, they're raped into it. This was worse than rape. It was more personal. It was much more personal. You see here what I mean by personal. This is already intimate. There were no borders in psychiatrist Peter Kapsch's lunacy, violence, when it comes to this case. I told you about the cameras they claim they're going to insert it inside of the toilets to monitor my pee while making fun of the big need, demonstrated me diarrhea from the cow along the, as we would go for walking, pointing at me, you, and so on and so forth. Janko was a really great specialist at that. It wasn't about the teeth only. I talk about certain things, but I didn't talk about enough to you about the stuff, bestial stuff these people are performing when it comes to harassment, bullying. I'm sure you would not want to have a camera pointing at your ass when you're doing your stuff to monitor what is going to come out of it. That must have been unpleasant if somebody tells you and you have no control to defend yourself in absolutely any way, and police comes and hijacks you through the psychiatry at just about any time they want. The local investigators from Novo Mesto police station stated to me, you're not a biggie. As a matter of fact, you are nobody or nothing. There's nothing you can do. You have to play along the way we say. You are like a Windows movie maker. They demonstrated me hard drives, my computer, everything I had, browsed, downloaded, everything uploaded to their hard drives, their computers. That's how they investigated something that did not even take place yet. But it was to take place sometime in the future. Even the mental illness included. And he stated to me, you're like these clips from the Windows Movie Maker, you see? I erase them, add to them whatever the fuck I want, at any time I want. Yes, mother insisted heavily that I would go with her inside of the store to buy myself a new underwear. But the machine is still broken The washing machine is still broken. And the underwear, yet the worst thing about it, I didn't fix any. I didn't bother to repair any. It's more legitimate this way. They wanted to create some kind of a weirdo out of me, some kind of fucko that walks around torn apart with a backpack. Everything is hanging from here and destroyed. And he is just fixing absolutely everything, wasting time, sewing, and reviving literally through psychosis, involved in MK Ultra brainwash, literally through the torture, while sewing the stuff, everything he had managed to see and everything he was thrown in his face, he's gonna have to do to get by. Anything, everything, including the phone pouches, shoes, the most basic shit. Nothing is more basic than underwear, you must agree with me. All this stuff goes in the same category as breaking the teeth. When I was 8 years old, Milan Kuchan started to break my teeth, gesturing me, hey, well, you know, why would you want to go and wash your teeth? And used as an excuse the day that I did not brush myself. If you don't brush yourself teeth for 2 days or something like that, this is the way it was in a grammar school. As a punishment, as a form of punishment, literally was a local dentist during MK Ultra which started to break the teeth. That's the way it all started in the 2nd grade. Milan Kuchan said, don't, with a Gregor Golubic, with Robert Golob, don't bother with it. Don't even bother with it, because it's not going to make any difference anyways. It's not going to make any difference anyways. And everything in every crime they did, don't bother with it. It's not going to make any difference anyways. It's not going to make any difference anyways. So I loved nothing more than meeting at a police station, which started on June 21st. I loved it because I bothered. I continued to come back and display the proper attitude when dealing with the police officers. Professional attitude. I allowed them to lie, but not too far. I learned that hassle matters. The problem is the hassle only matters in today's world when you have enough proofs, when you already have so many proofs that there is really nothing they can do to you. That is the unfortunate thing. The most disappointing stuff, the most disgusting stuff, the most disappointing stuff, when it comes to Americans, is that stuff that went on in Slovenia, and they destroyed me stuff, including the underwear already in Slovenia, they started to destroy. My ex-wife started to collect my underwear and stuff like this, that she's going to say and this and that. She never stated anything. It was nothing out of anything. It was nothing other than blah, blah, blah. The most disgusting stuff that I found in Americans is that they failed Mr. Panetta, Mr. Burns, Central Intelligence Agency, you too, and others along with you, with George Bush, Bill Clinton, all of you. You failed to acknowledge that in 2000 I got even American citizenship. You failed, you completely failed. You continue to hijack me to Slovenia so they can do more and more and more bad stuff. And starting to insist me during MK Ultra that you're better than they are. For not tearing me, obviously, underwear. For not destroying me absolutely everything. For even allowing me here and there to work. This is the biggest resentment for you coming back here to Slovenia also, among others, to observe destroyed items, everything destroyed that I had. Wash me in a misery, literally making fun, ridicule me through your ambassador here in Slovenia, once thrown to the psychiatric hospital in 2012. Repulsed with the fact that you wanted to see myself as an American on this stuff here, on this, through this here, literally through this here, just like I demonstrated you earlier. Repulsed that you demanded from me to see myself as an American like this. Repulsed. Especially because you were involved in it since my childhood. What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Literally making point out of this stuff. Whatever point, what kind of point were you trying to make? You were trying to get rid of me. I was not convenient for you anymore. The point you were making was not about Americanism. It was about and is about completely other issues that have nothing to do, that should not have anything to do with the United States of America. Aren't you ashamed to call yourself a president or Central Intelligence Agency director? Directors, I should say. Just like psychiatrist Eva Kusmachin several days ago, who insisted, I will be literally during the procedure at the Novo Mesto police hospitalized so that I could go identify him, so I could identify him. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you to do the stuff like this to people? Who are you? You're obviously gods. And the whole thing is pointing out a lot in your direction, which I explain on my blog with a precision about how. How the fuck did you fail to acknowledge my stuff when I was in Poland? I am writing and speaking in English language. Don't I speak in English language? It's not my native language. But you do fucking understand English language, don't you? This program you're watching on my blog is not in Slovenian language. You didn't have anybody, by the way, that would go and meet me, greet me, talk to me about these things? No, you didn't. You came to Slovenia. You came to Slovenia a few weeks ago to come here and make things even nastier for me during what you knew is going to be a series of the meetings at a local police station, Mr. Burns, William J. Burns. You came here to create more tensions, more problems for me, to make things even worse. To meet with my enemies, to acknowledge them as legitimate. That's what you did. You come in a little country like this with a person like myself. You dare to do this. According to MK Ultra scenario. Definitely to help me. Definitely I identified you for what you are.